Hey guys, it's Aaron. I've got this chart behind me. Daniel 9:26, 25:20. Really fascinating stuff. So I was reading this book. Actually, let's be honest, I wasn't reading the book. I don't usually read books. But I've been on this Hebrew kick, and I really strongly believe we're going to find all the secrets through the number systems and the pictographs and the meanings behind Hebrew. That is God's language. And this book is called The Genesis Factor. And I was talking to Christy. She's like, I think I've got this book randomly somewhere. And so she pulled it up. This was sent to her by Lee. Thank you, Lee, for this. There's a really beautiful blessing in this book. I think it's super awesome. I'm like, okay, I don't really read books, but I'll look through it. I was just doing this. And I kind of stopped. And it was on Daniel 9:26. And so what he says is this. On page 186 of this book called The Genesis Factor by Yaakov Ramsel. Okay, I'll put it here, so if you want to check it out, you can. And I haven't read through the book. I just kind of stopped there. He says, many years ago, I did an analysis of the book of Daniel, especially the 9th chapter. I meticulously examined the Hebrew Masoretic text for any information that would corroborate the 7-year tribulation doctrine. To my amazement, the numbering system from the Hebrew text verified this 7 years. Remember, this portion of the book of Daniel was dictated to him by the Lord's angel. Daniel 9:26b, which is the last section of Daniel 9:26, says, and it shall end with and its end shall be with the flood, and ruins are determined until the end shall be war. And so here's the Hebrew right here. And he says, when I added together the numerical value of each letter, I was surprised about what God had placed in his word. The total value of all the above letters equals 2520. Whoa. 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 This ought to make you go, whoa. Now, let's just, before I read the Hebrew letters, I'm going to read my text here. And it says, so we understand that, I'll just read all of 26 now, okay? So, and after the 62 weeks, Messiah shall be cut off. So we've got a reference to the Messiah, but not for himself. And the people of the prince who is to come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. That happened in 70 AD. And now we've got this third part. It says, the end of it shall be with a flood until the end of the war desolations are determined. And so we've got this flood thing, and isn't it interesting that Al-Aqsa flood, that's what they were calling it on the attack of Israel in October, the Al-Aqsa flood. But the end of 9:26, just before Daniel's 70th week, there's a flood mentioned, and they're calling it the Al-Aqsa flood. That was told to me by Carol and some others in my Discord today. We had a really good conversation today at the time of this recording anyway. And so now, if we take that phrase and we look at the Hebrew, so let's look at this board now, okay? So every Hebrew letter has a value. It's got a meaning. So I don't know if I should put the camera a little closer, perhaps. I couldn't fit all 7 words in one straight line, so I had to go put 6 and 7. So here we have, I think it's fine. We just leave it like this. I'll do this. I'll get a bit closer here. Come a little bit closer, hear what I've got to say. Okay. So this is the first word. I put 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, 5 here, 6 here, 7. So there's 7 Hebrew words. Already that in of itself, you should say, okay, he's saying that there's a week here. I understand. I'm pretty sure a week means Shaboim. And so anyway, ending with a mem, I believe, with the value of 40. But let's get back to here. So we've got, from the first word, we have a tav, a kaf, zidi, and a tav. So there's your values in red down there. Then we've got a bet, a shin, a tet, what is this? A pei or a fei. And depending on the shape, sometimes it's a pei, sometimes it's a fei. And that's when it's at the end of a word, it gets a little bigger. Then we got a tav, an ayin, a dalet, a kaf, a tzidi, a mem, a lamad, a chet, a mem, a hey, a noon, a chet, a resh, a tzidi, and a tav. It's got a little toe at the end. A shin, a mem, a tav, and sorry, that's a vav, and that's a tav, final letter. And so if you add up all these red numbers, you get 2520. That is amazing. That is amazing. Now, my drawing is not the best, but you get the point. Daniel 9:26, in God's Hebrew original language, is writing that there's going to be 2520 days of Daniel's 70th week. So where does the Bible talk about Daniel's 70th week? If Daniel 9:26 is telling us that Daniel's 70th week is going to be 2520 days, where does it mention it? Well, you know what? I don't know where it mentions it. So let's just read the next verse and let's see what happens. Daniel 9:27. Then he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week. Oh, we found it. Didn't have to look too far. But in the middle of the week, he shall bring an end to sacrifice and offerings, etc., etc. This is incredible. This is so good. God wrote the end from the beginning. We've said that before. And not only does he tell us that we're waiting for Daniel's 70th week, he encodes it in his new number system in Hebrew. In the last 7 Hebrew letters before talking about Daniel 9:27, the value of the 7 words leading up to Daniel 9:27 is telling you it's 2520, the value of 2520. That is incredible. So, hope this blessed you. We are waiting for this soon escape. Like I said, the Al-Aqsa flood came in to attack Israel. I think we're doorsteps away from this soon rapture of the church. I hope it's today, hope it's tomorrow, hope it's this week, hope it's this month, etc., etc. The longer we're here, the more we'll understand. But we're running out of prophetic runway space for everything to fit like a glove. And so we're at that window, we're at that door. Please accept Jesus into your heart. Please believe in the death and burial and resurrection of Jesus, the Messiah, the Christ. Christ is a translation for the Messiah, which Daniel 9 is talking about in Daniel 9:25, until the Messiah, the Prince, comes, until the Anointed One comes, and until Jesus, your Messiah, comes. So believe in the finished work of Jesus on the cross. I have salvation verses in the description box below, and I'm sure many people will add verses. People do that in the comment section. How to be saved, how to come into a relationship with Jesus, etc., etc. We have a Discord as well where you can talk about these things and study with us, or learn more about joining the community of believers. Hope to see you very soon. Hope to see you in the clouds, actually, and get on with our real life, because it's not getting too exciting down here, is it? So God bless. Go Jesus, go. See you in the clouds one day closer. Adios, muchachos.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.